And you made it to the last part of this series. I hope this last episode blows your mind away.
And this is so important that Isaac had to get the one that had the same faith, belief system, and the one who understood their way of life, because it was from Rebekah that Jacob and Esau would be born, and from Jacob that the 12 tribes of Israel would come from. This was such a sensitive matter, and we see after the lobola negotiation and the wedding takes place with her family that they bless her. They sent out, this is on verse 59, they sent away Rebekah, their sister and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, "Oh, our sister, may you become thousands of 10,000s, and may your offspring possess the gates of those who hate him." We see in verse 65 that they arrive, and as they arrive, Rebekah then asks, "Who is that man walking in the field to meet us?" The servant said, "It is my master." She took her veil and covered herself, and the servant told Isaac all things that he had done, how God was able to make his journey successful. And basically, the person that is here right now with you, Isaac, is definitely the one that God has chosen for you. From the time that your father believed, from the time that your father commissioned me to go and do this task, to the time that I was just, he didn't even go to a specific place. Look at the God of orchestration. Abraham specifically requested that I need you to find one who comes from my relative. The person that he happens to speak to, this woman who is by the spring, is actually Abraham's relative. There could have been any other virgin who came. Not only did she say the right words, but she was coming from the correct family, exactly what Abraham desired. This really encourages us that when we believe God, when we put him to the test from that comes from faith, test that seeks confirmation, because the servant was seeking confirmation, just like Gideon was also seeking confirmation, and there was a thing happening there, confirmation game that he played and said, "God, there is a fleece. I want it to be dry under these circumstances, or I want it to be wet under these circumstances." And you know what? That confirmation game, only God could have done exactly as he wanted the outcome to be, in order for him to know that it was God being involved in the story. I'm deviating a little bit. That is probably another story for another day if I do a series. But if you see what I see, this woman comes from the family of Bethuel, exactly what Abraham would have desired. We really thank God that his servant went exactly where he was supposed to go, and he didn't get confused. God orchestrated everything we see, and as he comes back and delivers to his master Isaac, his bride, it says here that then Isaac brought her into the tent of Sarah, his mother, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So we really thank God, and may we be encouraged to continue to seek him, to continue to believe him. And if there are situations and circumstances where we need to ask for confirmation, that we go all out and ask for that confirmation and see God unfold in our lives. And I also implore you to look for him in the little things, how he put together that interview for you, how he put together that meal for you, how you were able to get a whole month of grocery at half the amount you were able to get it last month, because he led you to the specials, how you were able to get a strategic parking space, how you were able to get a space in a school for your daughter or for your son, anything at all that God does, how you were able to be in that city to secure whatever it is that he does for you, including a husband or a wife, especially this month. God is beautiful. We not only do we see his orchestration here, but we see a beautiful love story unfold. We see a beautiful generational blessing. We see a beautiful part of such an unfolding of His promise. As you are watching, just know that you are part of God's unfolding story, God's unfolding miracle, God's fulfillment of promise. Your great grandfathers to the grander kingdom of God. Until we meet again.
Wow, this was such an amazing series. Thank you for watching part 1 up until part 5. If you haven't watched all the parts yet, the link in the description will take you all the way through all the parts in the series. Thank you for being here. Subscribe and share.